Hi everyone, it's Chill. Today, I want to share a funny story about my first solo adventure in Vancouver. I'm studying here, and I was super excited when I first arrived. The tall buildings, the colorful buses, and the people, it all felt like a dream. One sunny morning, I decided it was time to explore Vancouver on my own. I woke up feeling excited, with the sun shining through my window, and I thought, today is the day. I quickly packed my backpack with snacks, a bottle of water, and my camera, because I wanted to capture every moment. I was ready for a great adventure. I hopped on the ski train, feeling like a local. The train was crowded, but I didn't mind. I thought, I'm going to Granville Island. This is going to be amazing. I even practiced saying Granville Island in my head, hoping to sound cool and confident. When I got off at what I thought was the right station, I stepped outside and surprised, I realized I was completely lost. I looked around, squinting at the street signs. Where is Granville Island? I muttered to myself. I pulled out my map, but honestly, it looked like a giant puzzle, and I didn't have all the pieces. My heart started racing, and I could feel a bead of sweat forming on my forehead. Okay, calm down, chill, I told myself. You can do this. I took a deep breath and decided to ask someone for help. There was a friendly-looking woman nearby, sipping her coffee. She had bright red hair and was wearing a cheerful yellow dress. I approached her and said, "Excuse me, can you help me? I'm trying to find Granville Island." She smiled warmly. "Oh, sure. It's not far from here. Just head down the street, take a left at the bridge, and you'll see it right in front of you." Feeling relieved, I thanked her, but I had one small problem. I didn't quite understand bridge as a marker. "Is that the big one over the water?" I asked. She chuckled and said, "Yes, you can't miss it." I waved goodbye and started walking, trying to remember her directions. I thought about how I should have asked her to repeat the directions, but I felt too embarrassed. As I walked, I couldn't help but admire the beautiful buildings around me. Vancouver was stunning. There were charming shops, colorful flowers in the parks, and people bustling around. As I walked, I passed by a lovely cafe with the smell of fresh pastries wafting through the air. My stomach growled, and I thought, maybe a quick snack. I peeked inside, but then I remembered my goal. Focus, chill. Granville Island first, snacks later. I whispered to myself. I continued down the street, and soon reached a bridge. I stopped and thought, now, was I supposed to go left or right? I looked around, feeling a bit lost again. Just then, I saw a young guy wearing headphones bobbing his head to the music. He looked like he was in his own world, but I decided to give it a shot. "Excuse me," I called out. He took off his headphones and raised an eyebrow. "What's up?" "I'm trying to find Granville Island. Can you help me?" I asked, hoping he'd know. Mate, you're a bit far from there," he said with a heavy British accent. "You want to take a right at the next intersection." Intersection? I thought, trying to picture it in my head. I must have looked confused, because he added, "You know, where the roads meet." I nodded, laughing a little. "Oh, like a crossing," I said, trying to connect the dots. He chuckled, "Exactly. Just don't get lost again." After thanking him, I followed his directions, feeling a little more confident. As I walked, I spotted a beautiful park filled with green trees and colorful flowers. I thought, this is a nice detour. I took a moment to snap a few photos, feeling like a tourist. Finally, I arrived at the intersection. I was excited. I spotted the signs pointing towards Granville Island. "Yes," I exclaimed. But then I realized there were multiple paths. Which one? I thought, feeling my excitement bubble up again. Suddenly, I remembered what the woman said about the bridge and how I just needed to follow the signs. I took a deep breath, looked at the signs, and decided to go with my gut. I chose the path that said Granville Island in big letters. A few minutes later, I saw the vibrant market of Granville Island. It was lively and beautiful, and I felt like I was standing in front of a colorful painting. I did it. I found my way. I took a moment to appreciate my achievement, thinking about how I overcame my confusion and the funny moments along the way. Inside the market, I was in awe. The stalls were full of amazing food and crafts. I snapped photo after photo, feeling like a true explorer. I even laughed at myself for getting lost earlier. It reminded me that it's okay to make mistakes. It's all part of the adventure. As I walked through the market, I decided that I would practice my English more. Maybe next time, I'd ask for help sooner, and who knows, maybe I'd even make some new friends along the way. I left Granville Island that day with a big smile on my face, ready for whatever adventures awaited me next in this amazing city. So, here's my takeaway. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you're learning a new language or exploring a new place. It's all part of the adventure. And I promise, next time I'll double check my map before I head out. Thanks for listening to my story. Remember to keep practicing your English, and I'll see you in the next video.